All right, folks, we're back. Round three of ProQuest Las Vegas here in Lansing, Michigan. Oh, I woke up and there was frost on the ground this morning, Charlie.
It is mid-March.
It is the Ides of March, no doubt. But that's life in Michigan. They always say if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, right?
Accurate statement.
We had 70 a week ago.
Absolutely wild.
So we're getting into round three. We just gave away a few raffles. We had a few armory decks picked up by players today.
Yeah.
Next round we'll be giving out some play mats. Lots of goodies here for our players.
One of those mats, Iron Song versus, absolutely gorgeous art.
I wonder if we're about to see Iron Song versus in action.
Maybe it is one of the possibilities. Cause...
we talked about treats for the players. We've got treats for the viewers. We are about to have a Dorinthea mirror on camera. Oh man, let's get down to the battlefield. Abby versus Andrew. I've seen both these players many times at our Michigan events. Andrew's a local here. He plays at Hoplite games most Wednesdays alongside me. I'm going to tell you something about this man. He has never lost a Dorinthea mirror.
We will see. I mean, Abby's a very strong player.
Abby is a very strong player. I have lost my share of win-ins to Abby at Michigan tournaments. And I think either way, we're going to have a great game on our hands. There's a little bit of a dance here, too, because we don't actually know what's going to be presented here. You could see Dawnblade, of course.
Yeah.
You could see Axis. You could see Axe Singular.
Yeah, very true.
There's a lot of ways to build this.
Yeah, I am a known Decimator Great Axe enjoyer. But
really?
Yeah, go figure. But I think odds are it's probably just a Dawnblade mirror. Great Axe into an aggro field seems a little bit suspect.
You see Dawnblade on one side, Dawnblade on the other. You're right, absolutely. Similar equipment suites. We see tuning on Abby's. Looks like she's gearing up for a little more of a long, grindy game. And then the grains on Andy's set. I know he loves that card because that's always been one of the problems for Warriors is banking those extra resources. What do you actually do with them? Like we pitch for that Dawnblade, you pay for the second one. Maybe you're paying into Brainforge Graces, but it doesn't always work out. So Grains really gives him an outlet for those.
For sure. All right, it looks like so Abby's starting us off double unsheathed into Dawnblade for 9.
Oh my goodness, 9 right off the bat. And this right here, this is that classic. Does she have it? Right? Here's a block for 9.
So it looks like Glent unsheathed, then Sword Masters. So, yep, just kind of some filtering all the way around.
Take 3 cards, set an arsenal, set up for next turn.
Absolutely. And the pitch of the shelter kind of leads me to believe the last card for Abby was another D.
I agree. Seems very likely. Something you love to see. I see a Twinning Blade in Abby's hand. Can't see those other 3 cards quite yet. See what Andy's return volley is.
So,
very thoughtful player, Andy.
Certainly. He's been a Dorinthea player for quite some time.
He started playing the game about 1 year before I did. He started out with some Prism early on. We were playing at a store across town, playing Blitz week.
All right.
I played him my very first night ever. I was playing Reinar. Reinar into Blitz Prism. I had no idea. Oh, and there we go.
Power play from the start with an authority. So if that is a D-react in the arsenal, that is not great.
I know the owner of that authority.
This is under your authority?
This is under my authority.
This is under Nate's authority.
Yeah, so this card, some of these Dorinthea specs are just absurd. Yes. +2 for the rest of the turn.
And on hit, draw a card?
On hit, draw a card.
This is 100%, it would not surprise me to see this be the turn where Kabuto just comes out.
I think you just have to slam the Kabuto here. a requirement, especially if that arsenal card, as you called out, is indeed a defense reaction.
Yep. And
Put
with the
some
commitment,
dominate on top of it, right?
yeah,
Why not?
and with the dominate effect that carries over for the rest of the turn too, it just makes sense.
Absolutely.
I think you would not be too surprised. Sure, it might kind of stink to give up Kabuto this early, but just shutting the door on card draws that matter.
I mean, he will draw a card here, almost assuredly, unless we just get British. Ooh, interesting. No Kabuto chosen. Putting 2 in front of it. I'm wondering, is paying for the shelter? All right, covering 6.
Now, let's see if Andy has the react to come over the top.
He needs to go over the top and find a source of power again. Of course, he has his refraction bolter sitting there unused this early in the game.
Yeah,
Lots of options.
It's definitely an option, but giving up the point of value could be a rough proposition. So we have B to the Iron Song, which will give go again.
Incredible, still relatively
Or
new
plus.
card in these Dorinthea decks. I believe that was a Super Slam expansion slot card, if I'm not mistaken.
It's such a versatile card. So it opts for the +1 here.
Takes the +1.
To go over the top. Looks to be on hit draw card, maybe crack bolters here. We'll see kind of what happens. See if this card is worth cracking bolters for. It looks like Andrew does opt to go ahead and do just that.
And, you know, Abby opted to pitch a red blade flurry as a K for that shelter. So if I were Andy, I would feel quite insulated from additional D-reacts to cover up that 7. We see a chain break, sharpened steel, buffing the next attack up by 3.
I think it's a blue, so it's by 1, so it's another 7 dominate. And on hit, draw a card.
7?
Or 9? Right? Or I guess that is a red. I can't. The colors are a bit weird to me at the moment.
Sure, no worries.
So that is
Yeah.
9. So
9 dominate, draw a card.
Yeah, I mean we are.
Is this classic constructed?
This is classic constructed.
These are Starvo numbers.
This is quite good. I think
Build your own Starvo.
Yeah. So yeah, Abby taking 6, Andrew getting to draw another card.
Like they're destined for the arsenal here.
Most likely, and there are a lot now that we see that authority is where it is. Most arsenal targets are at least serviceable in Dorinthea. Your blues will be a lot. There'll be a lot of go again sources in your blues. Maybe like something like Emboldened Blade is not that great, but most of the rest you're going to want to see. And then really any red you're perfectly happy with, especially in a matchup like this where it's very likely both sides are going to be doing some blocking periodically.
Absolutely.
So,
all right, and he passes back to Abby after claiming his first +1 counter of the game.
It's like just sending in, holding the Twinning Blade back. Twinning Blade likely just go into Arsenal here.
It's destined for the arsenal.
Very likely.
Very well could be. I could see a world where. Never mind. It's going to the arsenal.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Because she has to hit.
Or the blunt play, which is quite feisty. That's such a strong card. It is only a block 2, but you get all the value off of that. That's like the card that Abby wanted to maybe put in the arsenal. Now it's just discarded.
You know, I'm not a warrior player. In fact, I have piloted 1 game of warrior ever in my Flesh and Blood career, and that was the Hunted pre-release. And
you were forced at that point.
Indeed. And I opened about 6 of those blunteds. And I said, man, what are these warrior cards? And all my warrior friends, send them. We need them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess I'll actually read this. That does seem pretty powerful.
Such a powerful effect. And more warrior on warrior hate. So Abby drawing up. Looks like Abby's hand is pretty solid, too, on the crackback. There is a couple of blues, a warrior's valor. Overall, just kind of a good balanced hand. I'll have to see what Andy's working with. Didn't really catch much of a glimpse of it. Kind of see how it goes here. So, yep, starting with a blue. Can't tell if it's a blue or a red. We'll find out shortly when the numbers are coming across.
I think I see a blue color strip there.
Yes.
Conferring go again on hit.
Yes.
So Andy is really hoping that that he's going to. Oh, and there we go. Dominate.
Determination number 2.
So I believe that this will be coming in for minimum 5 dominate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any cards left in hand for Andy.
With the counter gain last turn, that's 6.
6, indeed. Oh my goodness.
That's rough.
Now, Abby has some options. She has Refraction Bolter still with 1 block, Brave Bracer still with 1 block, Kabuto still available.
So
blocking 3.
Provoke on the block, covering 3.
Asking Andy, where should go again, Connor? Oh wait, you already have it. Warrior's Valor.
On hit, go
I
again.
think this is the start of what some might call Snowball.
Most definitely.
Oh, and he does have cards in hand. They were just a little off camera.
Yeah, he should have 2 left.
Yeah, because that determination was out of arsenal.
Yep. So it looks like it's 2 left, 1 resource. Pretty easy to send in the Dawnblade a second time. We're paying into grains. Okay, that solid option too. Like we were like you mentioned, just carrying the resources over turn by turn. Pitching into Brave Forge and
Might as well get the value.
Absolutely. And then swing the Dawnblade again. Now this is for 5 with Dawn. 6 with the bracers.
6 with the bracers. Again, nearly a guaranteed hit.
Yep, threatening another counter. Kind of a tough spot. Yep. Abby blocking with the with nip on the heels. Take another 3, going down to 27. And a second counter on the Dawnblade. It's kind of brutal. Andy paying into grains, get a second vigor token for the next turn. Like pocketing a yellow right there. That is.
Effect I mentioned there. Andy's still very comfortable at 39 life.
Absolutely. So we'll see what Abby chooses to do here. It looks like she might be pitching just to get the Dawnblade out there, see what happens.
What's in my hand?
Yes.
Guess wrong, you might pay. Now, a lot of times, I've found in sitting on the other side of Dorinthea Iron Song, I find that in order to have a coherent game plan, I have to let her get 1, maybe even 2 counters, and then string together a heavily defensive, what I think of as the reset turn.
Yes.
And I think that you see that pretty often. The trouble is, the longer you go without finding that maybe that double D react hand, the harder and harder it is to close out, to shut that down. And here again, we see this very powerful Dorinthea. Thinking about this very powerful Dorinthea specialization. Doesn't even have to pitch a card, thanks to those vigor tokens from last turn.
And that's quite the sequence.
Plus 5 on. So this is going to be a Dawnblade for 10?
5 plus 5, yep, 10.
2 card 10, draw a card?
That's math. That is what one would call good rate.
Is terrifying.
It is. So, and Andy still has cards again. So this is really tough to block. It feels like it's okay. A little bit of voices. So it's really tough to block. So it is. I wouldn't want to be in this spot because, like you mentioned, there is kind of a point where you do kind of want to go to try to reset the Dawnblade counters. But facing down 10 with 2 cards behind, it's very difficult to, unless you're maybe also getting up equipment to just fold your hand.
Indeed.
And folding the hand at that point.
And I mean, we've still got that Kabuto sitting over there to at least stop further bleeding, potentially.
Yeah, and that might be what we see happens here.
But Indy only has to hit once to keep those 2+1 counters on his sword.
Yes.
Unless you shut it out completely, you're in the exact same position next turn, or similar. Maybe not with draw a card attached to it.
Yeah, and
I still think that card's busted.
it's unreal.
Yeah.
In Dorinthea lists these days, They're only maybe one set of 2 blocks. Everything else is going to block for 3. Um, lead for speed is just a very solid kind of extender piece.
Yep, I've seen that in recent lists as well.
But beyond that, everything else is just going to block for 3. Another
Could be.
just absolutely filthy piece of cardboard.
Oh my goodness.
Routes overpowers. It's Swordmaster Shine itself is. I mean,
+5.
yeah, +5 on the
Good
react.
gravy.
No,
I'll be giving a lot of consideration to this block.
sure.
It might not be an exaggeration to say that this block could decide the game.
It's certainly up there. But with Abby giving it due time, I'll just make the decision.
Absolutely. Kabuto comes out to play.
And that makes absolute sense.
What do you think about just the Kabuto, get the effect, stop the rest of this turn, then try to send something meaningful back on your own turn?
That's very reasonable. We did see a couple of. There is go again in his hand, and a blue source.
And I saw Steel Braids
Yeah.
Abby's own as
Yep,
well.
and Tunic's on 3, so this play makes a lot of sense.
Some real potential for a clapback here. And you bumping it up to 12.
Yep, just to go ahead and cash in the value.
We're going to put you to 17 and see what you can do.
So life total, there's a large life total discrepancy at the moment. Just Andy's had some power, had a series of power turns, and Abby's kind of been on the back foot.
I tell you, I've been the recipient of a few of Andy's power turns in my time in Flesh and Blood, and
no joke.
the man knows his deck inside and out. Getting a bigger token off the Grains trigger for his trouble.
Just solidly keeping the counters around, keep carrying a resource forward. Now Abby gets to come in with a supremacy with go again, using Tunic. Overall, this is quite the turn.
I would like to play the game, sir. Right?
Absolutely.
I would like to get into this game. I'm going to try to present a threat that you can't ignore. Oh, an Iron Song Determination of.
Yep. So this is 5 with go again.
Not playing it out. I find interesting.
So 5 with go again. It's it's still a twinning blade in arsenal.
Twinning blade all the way back from the beginning of the game.
Yes. This could be.
Are we looking to bait out some here and then come back in with the twinning blade Iron Song?
I think so.
Or do we not have do we have the resources to play? She has 1 floating, Tunic available. She might not have the resources to play out the Iron Song and take full advantage of that 20.
We might see this. This might be the point where Andrew kind of gives the Kabuto of his own, just because this is how Abby claws back into the game. Supremacy is just like we mentioned before, very powerful effect.
You can't disrespect that card.
Yeah. So this is the point. He's going to cede some life total back. With a puncture to get a +3 and piercing, so bumping that up to 6.
Very nice.
Sure, she won't get to attack again, but she will get to at least draw a card. Not too much of an effect there, not being able to attack again this turn with a weapon.
Yeah, I don't think we've really ever seen too many of these Dawnblade lists delve into some of those, just powerful singular cards you can play, Command and Conquerors, or even Nourishing Emptiness.
Yeah,
a nice trick in warrior decks. Wouldn't that be something?
It's like if my eyes don't deceive me, it looks like Eddie drew up another copy of Supremacy.
That is what I saw as well.
So,
but there's a problem here for Abby. That is a Dawnblade, 2 counters, and a 5-card hand.
Yep, and a resource.
Doesn't even have to commit a card to swing that Dawnblade. Just push it forward and say, what are you going to do?
Oh yeah, it's a tough spot.
Warrior's Valid. First swing up to 8 here. Go again on hit. Carefully considering all options. Pitching for the Dawnblade.
I believe I may have seen a steel blade shot in Abby's that helped tremendously, especially with on 3.
Indeed. Show me what you got.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think she wants to play out her hand.
Yeah.
Using, we've got the go again already from Warrior's Valor. She could potentially easily be facing lethal.
If she can't strip the whole hand away from Andrew, then Andrew being at 29, it's a tough spot. Really tough spot.
Such a commanding life lead for Amy. He's got to feel just very in the driver's seat. Already passed into reaction. He's aiming for a. It looks like he's considering a greens trigger.
Double steel blade supremacy. It's kind of unfortunate. Want to see those a little bit better spaced out.
Lose to pay for your turn if she can get there, if she can survive.
But being at 10, staring down a Dawnblade with 2 counters is tough. It is tough.
Been there. Been there.
Same. It is no fun.
So it looks like we are getting the greens trigger. Could be 7 damage conferred. Abby 10. Brave Forge activation. Use up that resource.
Still
Stitching and stinging seals. Stinging steel blade.
it's coming in 6 with Brave Forge. Saying, give me 2 cards.
You might
at
think
least.
2 cards, but
At least.
easily could be.
This could by pitching the singing here. I don't believe maybe there's another singing steel blade. Or some other one for like 1 cost react. This could be a tough spot.
Andy's often told me that the thing he loves about playing Dorinthea really feels like you are having a sword. You know, things, parries. So much rides on reading.
It is flesh and blood as James White intended.
Indeed.
Back from the original set. The hero is still kicking around.
He has to give. Doesn't give cards. So much danger of.
Yep.
Right.
It's like double supremacy on response. So it is definitely a hand that fortunately is going to kind of be priced in the block here.
I believe she still has 1 block available on her refraction bolters.
Yes.
That's an easy call. 1 on her break.
She just blocked with bolters. She's just the one on Brave Forge and Tunic. So there's not a clean way to like play around a react of any kind. Shy of just giving your entire hand, but that won't get rid of anything. That won't get rid of the counters. That not the reset that
Right.
you're talking
You're
about.
just in the exact same position next turn.
Yep.
It's that snowball I was mentioning.
Yes.
Can't let it get out of control early, or you find yourself in a position.
Yep.
What's the most counter you've ever seen on a Dawnblade?
I saw a game. Oh, there was a game on stream earlier this week where there were 7 counters on a Dawnblade.
This week, I was going to
Yeah.
say 7 as well.
Yeah.
And he gives the Abby gives the grip here.
Yep, and that definitely understandable. It is, and this is good because if beforehand, if Abby had done this on the first attack, then it could have very easily been like singing Steel Blade into rout,
Easily.
and that would have been just devastating.
You know, similar to some of those Rune Blade matchups, even some of those Earth matchups, Acid matchups. Just drawing your deck in the wrong way can really get you in trouble. And I think her only hope here really is I need this man to break.
So Abby using the Tunic resource to just swing the Dawnblade in. Confer that 1 resource to 3 damage or a card.
I think Andy's probably going to say that most frightening thing. No blocks. Reaches for the Brave Forge Bracers. Maybe just a value block here.
Makes sense. Just to preserve a little bit of life in a spot where it's hard to be punished. Abby now with this, yep, and Abby now with a sync below as well. So like, Abby has an opportunity. Like, there is a little bit of an opportunity here, depending on what else Andrew's hand contains. So,
Again, we've been here before.
On hit go again. This is Dawnblade for 8.
I'd be happy to see a defense reaction for him this time. Covering it up for 9. And I believe 2 cards in hand. Iron Song response up to 11.
Up to 11.
Does Abby commit a single?
She has to.
I think she has to.
So she's covering 13. If Andy has another react here,
You have 2 more, sir.
Swordmaster Shine, which is just
Shine.
bump that up to 16.
Absolutely disgusting.
It is. Oh, and then he's on hit go again.
On hit go again. Coming back in for another 5. I mean, now with no cards.
And
claiming a 3rd +1 counter for his Dawnblade.
Like you mentioned earlier, it's quite the snowball, and it just had some cards at the right time. Really kind of bring it home. Just paying into bracers to get the sink below out of hand. It's coming in for another 6, and it's not much to do.
So one.
Yep. Taking 5, going to 2, and now there's a 3rd counter. Dawnblade for 6, or for just 1 resource 6 is
absolutely disgusting. 3 + 3 on that Dawnblade.
Now future Swordmaster Shines are free. If that doesn't scare you.
It should. It should.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately has no action other than to pass her tunic up and dash.
So, no vigor tokens, just 4 cards for Andy this time around. Didn't really catch a glimpse of what he drew.
He actually pitched hard to attack with his sword this turn. Abby in that carries. Finds a sink below.
So she's drawing some D-reacts, but depending on what kind of comes about, might. Dawnblade for 6.
Simple. Here's the grip.
Yep.
Show me the pump, sir. Show me your go again. I'm Andy here.
So beat and the heels. So with a jagged edge, go up to
The
9,
Iron Song.
which that is +1.
All 3 modes, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
Say 3. Yeah, it's go again +1.
Up to 10.
Yep. Push for
And
10.
that last card in his hand is a Nip at heal. So we're again covering 13.
So this might be enough to actually get counters off of the Dawnblade, which is huge for Abby.
That is a huge deal. And I gotta applaud Abby for that. Those timely synchros are really taking advantage of it. Being patient, not getting greedy, saying the only version of this game that I win is the one where I get those counters on it.
Yep. She played her outs sufficiently.
That being said,
there's still the big life total difference, but
and he only has to connect 2 damage. See another defense reaction hand for Abby here. I think Destin.
So singing, that is singing red, the Warrior's Valor, Dauntless. So Dauntless will make that D react. That can be.
Indeed.
Now he doesn't have the resources to kind of do everything. He doesn't have the resources to play the Warrior's Valor, the Dauntless, and Sting's doing that. I missed what the Arsenal card was.
I did as well. Wonder though, are we going to see that singing steel blade go get something just nasty?
Yeah,
I got to say it again, bro.
Route at this point is
backbreaking.
Yeah, that route is a game closer.
Six. We're getting on it. Looks like we're surely going to see at least 2 cards. He has the option to get the full grip again, but yeah,
she's just going to respecting the +3.
I have to say though, eventually we're going to get to the point where it doesn't have the D react.
Yep. So now this bumps it up to 7.
Search.
So he only has 1 resource in his hand. So it's difficult. So he's not going to be able to go get a route, but he can get the red Iron Song response. Bump that up to 10.
We recovered up.
Still, it's a 10 on 9, which bumps it down to 1, and then the nip at the heels that is an Arsenal, bumping up to the 11, which Abby's able to
3 turns in a row.
Yep. So she's able to dodge at this point, but she can still swing back, use Tunic, send back 3, better than not doing anything. But Andrew's still going to be able to trade some life points and come back with another 5 cards next turn.
Very much is able to just use his life total as a resource here. Ask Abby turn after turn after turn. And you stop me from hitting it.
Good look here in down all reds.
Looks like I'm forgetting the name. It's the +3 if its power is double.
Yeah, unsheathed.
Unsheathed. There we go.
Unsheathed, double unsheathed puncture. So,
very aggressive hand.
Yeah, but unfortunately they're all red cards, and then another Dauntless in the arsenal. So
he's gonna have to give up a red card to play the game.
Unsheathed into it's a tough spot.
Yet again, Abby is so good at drawing those D-reacts one at a time.
Andy's doing the best he can with this grip. Pitching unsheathed should be kind of very much a red flag of these all have to be reds.
Indeed.
Now, I wouldn't put it beyond folks to sandbag a blue in a situation like this, make you think there's nothing, and then surprise, like here's a route. Is that's the level of trickery that can go on in warrior games, warrior mirrors. Um, Dawnblade for 6.
Still,
Any plus, we'll give this a go again.
I mean, at this rate, I have to say Abby's deck is looking a little thin.
And that's unfortunate.
With 4 cards a turn, so many turns in a row. Or do I even have enough damage left in my deck
Yeah.
to close this out?
And unfortunately, that's just the position she's been forced into.
That snowball just took over the game so early, so quickly. She never really had a chance to get back in.
So see what I think Andy just opts
Andy's
to
saying,
pass.
you know what? I want to ask you to do it again. What can you do with that one card? Sniffs out the D-React, holds his hand, looks for a blue to pay for the next turn a little more efficiently.
See if Abby opts to pitch the D-React and try to net some more life total points to maybe claw that back a little bit.
It's a tall order.
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely is. Still quite the deficit. We're roughly 20 minutes left in the round. Yep, and she does opt to push the D-React down to the bottom of the deck, send it over 3 damage.
Here, I mean, we can give the value block on the chest, but I'm still just looking to be as aggressive as possible. There's going to come a turn. He still has a 3rd Iron Song Determination lurking in his deck somewhere.
There's the Dauntless, so next D-React will cost 1 more to play.
I'd be very happy she pitched away that single this time.
Oh, look at that. That is a grip full of reacts. That is
Going to be very difficult to navigate this.
certainly. So this is 6. No going in threat, but he can very easily push more damage here.
Blocking 9.
Blocking 9, discard a card. Blocking 8 with a blunt. So that is.
We're just going to see that nip in the heels hit the bin, and then 2 punctures.
I think so. Discard a nip, play one of the punctures, arsenal puncture, because Andrew's attack would be for 9 with 1 puncture. Abby's blocking 8. So it makes sense one way or the other. Okay. Puncture up to 9, up to 10. And it says, "Do you have it?"
And there's the fist bump.
It's not, unfortunately.
This man's streak remains unblemished.
Abby
Very well played to Abby.
Abby played her heart out. She really did. She forced him to try to have it. It just, unfortunately for Abby, Andrew had it.
Andrew had it expertly navigated by someone who has played many, many games with that deck. Many Dorinthea years under his belt. Andy advances to 3-0. And we'll see. I wonder if we'll see him eat a couple more aggro decks the next 2 rounds. At 3-0, he should be nearly locked for top 8, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, most likely. I think at this point, I think he is going to be locked for top 8.
Yep. And Abby's not out either. I mean, she might go gobble up a couple aggro decks in the X1 bracket.
Yep, and this is a room to be Dawnblade Dorian.
Absolutely. Well, folks, we're going to see if we can get Andy on the camera for a few minutes here to talk about the game. We'll be back shortly. Stick with us.
Oh, all right. I will adjust back.
I'll move on over.
So, hi. Charlie here with Andy. Andy Victor in round 3 here. So, the old Dorinthea mirror. He mentions you've played quite a few of these.
It has been a minute, but I do have some experience on the mirror. It's honestly one of my favorite matches in this game. Mirror matches in general, right, are like not only super skill testing, but there's so much information to be gained in play patterns and things. So I find mirror matches in general really good. And the Dorinthea mirror, especially with all of the new tools that they've given her, Kabuto, Lunton, all of these anti-warrior tech pieces. I don't know why LSS keeps wanting to crap on warriors, like giving us tools against other warriors, but it does make the mirrors especially interesting.
This is true. Like Lutton is just an absolutely filthy card.
Yeah,
Absolutely. We saw that kind of going both ways.
that's right.
That
Yeah.
game. And Swordmaster Shine is just such an impressive piece of card on top of that. Like in Bendium really kind of helped step Dawnblade just that much further.
Yeah, I agree. The fact that it doesn't rely on reprise, the fact that, I mean, in an aggro matchup where you're getting counters rolling, the fact that it's basically free at some point is just incredible. I mean, in that game, I was able to resolve it for one. 1 for 5, unconditional. Insane.
Like, that is like ninja assassin levels of
Yeah.
weight.
It's
It react speed.
it's not quite just a nick, which they get for free, and more devastating on hits. So again,
Fair.
assassin eating into
That's
Warriors
fair.
space, but no, it's quite good. And the fact that it's unconditional, the fact that, I mean, you run a lot of blues, you can sometimes just pay full price for it. If they don't want to turn on your price, you can just say, okay, here you go. And it's like Overpower has just been outmatched, has been overpowered. So yeah.
So, I guess how overall in terms of like how the game went, seemed like you had a pretty solid start and kind of maintain it. Can you walk me through kind of like how your first couple turns went, what you were thinking, kind of as things?
Yeah, it's interesting because this is the mirror can end up very it can devolve into a grindy block face, right? And then it's like, well, it's sort of as you saw at the end of that game. And so I fat back a little bit into the mirror, just preparing for that eventuality if it gets there. Obviously, you hope it doesn't. My Dawnblade list that I brought today is pretty aggressive, so I want to try to push over. To be honest, I was lucky just to grab the tempo from the get-go. Like leaking a couple of those counters in them means that I'm having to say, essentially, give me your full hand if you're going to stop this train at some point, which then gives me just all of the tempo from every turn. So once that got rolling, I think by the time all the counters fell off, the life totals were at such a disparity that I could just keep that pressure on. And you're just looking for a window. The name of the game in the mirror match is patience, and it's not just playing things out to play them, but it's just trying to do the math and just need one. You just need them to blink, at the right time to be able to get over. And I think just the fact that, like, that Kabuto timing, when Kabuto was against me, I didn't have go again at all. So most I was going to be able to do was just dump all that into this one Dawnblade swing. You may have noticed I played out that Fieldblade Supremacy, and I almost took it back. I was like, wait, because I realized, like, oh my god, I don't have go again. But at that point, just stacking up the Dawnblade was all that I really needed to do, and I was lucky enough to get the pumps. Like, I didn't draw into all blues or anything, So the cards aligned allowed me to not only get that tempo early, but just to keep the control. I think that was really the key to it.
It seemed like they're definitely spots, like you mentioned, you're able to kind of maintain your counters.
Just needs to hit once to keep those counters. Like a second counter is great, but you just need to hit the one time. And so, yeah, if you can just eke one. Once you've got 2+ counters, you just leak one damage through, and then you're set up, and you just keep that train moving.
Keep applying the pressure.
That's right.
Such great value. So I don't want to keep you for too long. I know you got there's probably a little bit of a break for the next round.
Sure.
But definitely. So 3-0, feeling like very likely locked for top 8.
Feeling good, yeah. I'm happy to see a pretty aggressive room. Dorinthea, I like to think of Dawnblade Dory specifically as like the counter sniper. She's an aggro deck wearing full plate,
Yep.
And all the cards block 3 pretty much. But she is an aggro deck that can target other aggro decks really well. So I'm happy to see all of those aggressive decks, decks that want to block me out, miss me with that. I don't want to see those. So I'm happy to have encountered 2 aggressive decks early on, and then the mirror that I had experience in. So, I'll probably get paired into Fatigue Pleiades next or something and just totally crap the bed. But so far, so good.
For sure. Yeah. I think you saw that breakdown. There's 3 Guardians in total.
I'm a little surprised at the meta breakdown, honestly.
For the famous Michigan meta, where it's a lot of brutes and guardians aren't so much of a threat.
Well, I think the Michigan meta, the real defining feature of the Michigan meta is it's undefinable. You know, people are playing pet decks. People are putting, playing the decks that they've put the work into. It's always hard to predict this meta.
Andy, it's been a pleasure, sir.
Yeah,
like I said, shouldn't keep it too long.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Andy Lundeen, 3-0. Gonna keep on pushing it forward, and so we'll be back in just a few minutes for the next round.